All right, I'm gonna let you in on a little secret project I've been working on here. So this is a new personal bow of mine that I'm building. It's a super nice black walnut, limb veneers, super nice figured black walnut on the riser, and then cherry burl on the riser. And this bow's a little special. So this is gonna be to fit the World Archery Indoor, not barebow, but longbow rules, 18 meter, 40 centimeter target face. And what I'm really getting ready for is a Lancaster Archery Classic. So I've never been to Lancaster. I've never been that far for an archery tournament at all. It's about, I think it's about 8 hours from me, drive. So I want to go. I've shot some really good indoor scores with some wood arrows. Not like the best there ever was, but top, you know, whatever. I'm not going to say too much. I've shot good enough where I think it's worth me going. So that was with my other bow, and just regular arrows tuned, gapping off somewhere on the target. So we're building a dedicated rig for this, and we're going to try to get some scores up. My shooting's always improving. I'm getting better, but it's just the equipment can only go so far. So this is this just looks like a regular 66-inch longbow I build, but it weighs about 4 pounds. It's got some weight in it, you know, and that's legal in World Archery, you know. I didn't go as far as I could have. I used some lead and a little bit of tungsten, but if I would have went all tungsten and went out crazy, I think I could have got it closer to 5.5 pounds, but it would be $300 or $400 worth of tungsten, and it's just not really worth it because the lead was free. So we're just gonna leave it how it is for now, and then maybe later in the future I'll build a max effort big one, because all these, just keep a lookout. I'm not knocking anyone, I'm just saying there's gonna be a lot of competition longbows coming out for this type of class, and there's gonna be some big risers, there's gonna be some chunky bows. That's kind of what you got to have to shoot good, and especially if you don't want to use metal weights. So like, you're gonna start seeing that. I got a fairly chunky riser for a traditional looking longbow as it is. I'm not adding riser, I'm not adding things onto the bow. I'm not doing that. It's a longbow, it needs to look like a longbow. I mean, I got a recurve grip on there, but I'm saying like, I don't want to get too far away from it is. And I know there's been talk how they probably wound up changing the rules because it's probably going to get crazy. So there's no rules on a lot of that. Like, there's no rules on how big this is. I mean, as far as I understand, you could build a built-in stabilizer as long as it's part of the bow. It's legal. But yeah, I'm gonna do a little bit more on this bow. It's obviously not done yet. I'm getting ready to shoot it, but I just got some wood arrows in, some wood shafts, and I'm working on a video on that as well. But basically what I'm going to do here is I'm going to do some slow motion videos to see how this tunes. So this is kind of the indoor special. We got a 23/64 Doug fir heavy shaft, tail tapered, 5-inch Pope and Young cut feathers. I just made a video on making those, jig I made. And we got 190 up front. Seemed like they were hitting left last night when I shot in the dark, so might be a little stiff yet. These are very stiff spines, so for what this bow's weight is. So I'm gonna trying to make them long, trying to make them heavy, and I'm trying to make them accurate. I want my point on to be right at the bottom of the yellow 9. I want to lollipop the 9. So according to last night in my initial testing, I'm still a couple inches high. So I ordered some heavier points, because if I am stiff, we're gonna run 225 or 275 up front. And we're gonna get this puppy to tune in, and we're gonna get it to point on where I want it. So that's very important. It's hard to shoot a good score when you're gapping off the bottom of the target. So I'm gonna shoot a few here. We'll do some slow-mo and we'll see what it's doing. I didn't do this yesterday, but I didn't do this last night. I just shot it. I never looked at anything, but I'm gonna range my bag there. I don't know. My rangefinder's not working that good, but it should be about 20. I've ranged it plenty of times, and I kind of know my range. Right here should be about 20. Close enough. We're trying to get as close as we can. There's going to be a little discrepancy I'll have to make up somewhere else, but let me switch the camera to slow-mo. We're going to shoot a couple arrows. So I haven't looked at that slow-mo video yet. I will in a second, but just wanted to say, you know, this is a heavy arrow. We're at I think it's about 640 grains without finish on this. This is a raw wood. I want to see I want to get this tuned in before I finish these. I built too many sets of wood arrows where they weren't right and I couldn't really make them work, and I already had them pretty. So I think these are still stiff. I don't have to look at the slow-mo. Obviously they're fletch. It may not show me much. I don't really care. I ain't bare shafting them. Every time I bare shaft wood arrows, I break them, and I'm tired of doing that. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna tune these for accuracy. I don't care if they're flying like this, as long as they hit where I want them to hit every time at 20 yards. That's all I'm doing with these. So if I run the 225s on these, we'll be pushing, I mean, upper sixes arrow weight, 680 to 700 grains. And then if I run the 275s, we'll be pushing 630 probably, so, or 730, I mean, so it'll be heavy, but they're still hitting high. Even if they're weak, stiff, whatever, they're still high. So another thing I might do is, if I'm just very close but I still need to bring it down a little bit, I'm gonna do a 4 fletch with these big mamas and see if that don't give me enough drag to slow it down, drop me a little bit. So we're gonna do some playing with this. I want to get this right. If they're weak and I don't want to cut these, I want them long, point on. I need a close point on. I need a long arrow, and a long point will help. But I will cut my bow past center more if I have to. If these are weak, I'm gonna make them work. I bought 2 dozen. They're really nice, and they're a common spine that's easy to get. So I'm gonna make them work. So if I need to cut my bow into center more, I will. But for now, I'm gonna check out that video and try to determine a plan. All right, so that was the 190. Just got in my heavier points. We got some 225s and some 275s. I highly doubt that this arrow will not be weak. I bet you it'll be really weak, but I'm just gonna jump to the heavy ones because I think I'm gonna need them to get my point on where I want them. Where I want it. So let's just get this prepped up and get one of these glued on here. Get the inside of this cleaned out. Okay. I can't imagine these are going to be very easy to tune in and build with and spin and all that with this heavy of an arrow, but or this heavy of a point on a wood arrow. This is kind of like way above the normal range for a woody. Actually, these points might work better because they're actually 23/64s. I've been running 11/32 points mainly, even on the bigger arrow, the 23/64 arrows, but they're harder to line up and everything. Getting some wobble. I can probably straighten the rest out. What I mean by straighten this out is where there's a little bit of wobble, I'll just run this in the opposite, try to get it to straighten the opposite direction and get that wobble out. That added some freaking length too. I could probably, if I'm weak, I could easily cut an inch off and have the same arrow length, total length. But this is gonna be over 700 here. Let's see. 731. Woo! That's a freaking beast. Let's go shoot it. All right, so these arrows are working surprisingly well. It's just so heavy. It's just kind of hard to believe that it would, or like front heavy. It's just hard to believe that it would actually, you know, not be like so weak it won't fly. I mean, there's my front of center, which is redonkulous on a wood arrow. So, which I don't really care about that. That doesn't mean anything. Don't let anyone tell you different. It might for penetration, but for accuracy, it don't matter. So I'm assuming it's just weak, but that it's just got so much fletching that it just corrects it and it just absorbs anything dumb I do, because I'm not gonna lie, I shot this about 15 times and it's gonna be stupid. I mean, I don't want to say that I'm gonna go out there and like just dominate any indoor things, or I'm gonna shoot the Lancaster just like, you know, it's, you know, I was meant to be there. Like, there's a lot more that gets involved to win a, you know, to do good at archery besides just being, you know, besides just being good in practice. But I can already tell, I haven't shot any scored rounds yet, but I can already tell it's going to be much improved. But I am hitting just a little low now with this much weight. My point on is probably like 19. I could probably figure out a way. I'm going to have a little bit more weight on there with the finish. I don't know how much it weighs. Probably, I would think at least 10 to 20 grains if I do 2 or 3 coats of finish. I mean, they're going to be mostly indoor, so it's not like they're going to get rained on. So I probably won't go wild with the finish. Just get them coated good enough. But I'm going to just see if I can play with my knock point from there to get it dialed in perfect. I really think that this is good enough to continue with building these arrows, because I mean, we're that close already, and the arrow is just part of the factor. The bow is what matters. So here's the beast. Really proud of this. I've thought about this for a long time, since I started building bows, about building one with, before I even knew that was even legal or even a thing. But I've learned since then that there's a lot of guys who put weights in their longbows if they need to, or whatever, any bow, you know, to fit certain rules or whatever. But yeah, this thing works pretty good. There's the balance of it right there, sitting straight up. So it's nice. It's very forgiving. I'm not used to shooting anything very forgiving. My other longbow is really not. The longbow I've been shooting with for about a year now, and you know, scoring well and competing. To be honest, has never shot well for me ever. I've hated. I don't want to say I hate that bow, but it's not like I loved it. I never picked it up and it just shot good for me. They're all about the same, but there's a little few percentage that you can gain on certain bows that just do good for you, and that one's not it. This bow is different, of course, with the way it's built, but it just hits where I want it to hit every single time. I mean, I was purposely fudging shots, and it was still going good, so I'm not used to that. With my bow now, if I barely lose any form, it's like way off some way or the other. So, pretty big deal here. This is kind of the first part of my series. I'm not going to do like a series in a row. I mean, it is like the middle of May right now. So, I mean, we're June, July, August, September, October, November, December, January. We're like 8 months out from Lancaster in January. And I don't want to say I'll be there. I hate that because something could come up I don't know about, and I'm not a big traveler, but I'm planning on going. There's no reason not to. I'm starting now to get ready because it's going to take that. I want to have 24 of these arrows built now and this bow built now where it's just killer, and I just want to shoot like at least a round, 30 or 60 round per week from here on out. But I'm going to do a video pretty soon on this. I'm running out of time. The Jake Kaminsky YouTube channel is putting on an online tournament, and I'm going to shoot this setup in the indoor for an indoor round for that and turn it in. I think I only have like 2 weeks to get it done, so I'm going to try to finish. I think I'm just going to finish like 6 of these arrows. I don't even know if I'll finish the bow. I might just shoot it bare for now. I mean, I might just wait. I'll probably wait to clear this bow when I get some more bows done and do it together, so no one's going to even see it. But I'll probably do a video series on that where I where I shoot for that indoor Kaminsky tournament. It's just like a traditional class I would be in, just for bragging rights or something. But so we'll probably try to get something done here soon for that. But long term, we're trying to go to Lancaster, and maybe some local stuff, indoor stuff. But so far, I think it's gonna be great. So guess just stay tuned. It may be a while till you see another video on this, but this is a good start to the indoor. While everyone else is thinking about 3D and everything else, I'm already getting ready for indoor because I don't know. I really like the indoor. It's so hard, and it's just mentally so hard. So the 3D is not that bad. You have a lot of excuses when you miss. Someone on a podcast I listened to about that one time said that how the indoor you can't bullcrap that. 3D targets, you have, this is what they were saying, like you have, elevations, limbs in the way, misjudged yardage if you judge, hills, like on and on and on, target sizes, rings that are screwed up on the target, just you name it. Indoor, there's nothing. It's 20 yards, 18 meters, you just shoot 3 arrows at a time, and hopefully you can just keep doing that without losing your mind. So I think we'll stop it here. I don't know if I'll do a build series on these arrows or not. I go back and forth on if it's worth videoing or just get them done because I'm busy. So I might just get them done. Usually what I'll do is I'll go ahead and stain. I might just do like these first 6. I'll go ahead and stain them, and then I'll just dip them while I'm working on other stuff. Dip one, let it drip for 10 minutes into get all the dripping gone, and move it, and dip one just, in between stuff. And I'll probably just do 2 coats to finish, really. I don't really see a reason to do more, but we'll see how they look. So thanks for watching, and I guess we'll see you at Lancaster, hopefully.